Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to another video. I hope you are off and having a great day. Well, today is Botox Day, and guess who I'm taking with me to get the Botox done? You ladies, we're going together. I get Botox done about every 4 months. The last time I had Botox injected was the middle of June, and now we are into the first week of October. It'll probably be the second week by the time this video comes out. I also like to keep recorded into my notes app on my phone how many units are being used on me and where the placement was. I think it's just good information to have every time I go back for another Botox round. It also helps me in preparing for the budget for Botox and all the other little goodies that I enjoy to get done. I like to pull money out a couple times a month and set it aside just for those purposes. So we will be heading out to Fenton, Michigan to see the beautiful TRACY HENSel. You would have gotten to see TRACY in a couple other videos that I had done. One of those videos was talking with TRACY, the expert about skincare. And then I also went out to REJUVE Avenue a couple months back and had hydrofacial performed as well, and we do have a tutorial that I will link all of those videos in the drop down box below, and you can also get to those on the corresponding blog post. So we're gonna head out to Fenton. You're going to join me and we're going to see the entire procedure be done. So let's head out to Fenton. Hi there, getting ready to get my Botox treatment. I will ask Landra, who is going to be doing my Botox today, a few questions that can help just to inform you guys of what to expect and just some things that you might want to know before getting your Botox treatment done or what to do after a Botox treatment.
First, we start with a consultation so I can find out what the expectations are. We go over what Botox is. It's an intramuscular injection, and it essentially will paralyze the muscles over time, creating a nice smooth effect in the areas that you injected in.
Which we love.
I love, yes.
Smooth. I'm okay to be motionless. Who needs to know that I'm mad?
That's right. So first step is we clean the areas, and today we're going to do the frontalis, the glabella, and the eye area, pro area.
So ladies, normally, I'll be honest, I don't wear any makeup when I come in for procedures, but I did today because, well, you know, I am making a video, and although a lot of it's going to be removed, it is nothing. You could do this on your lunch hour, wouldn't you say? Absolutely. And just touch up your makeup and head back to work. So I'm kind of sharing that with you just so that you can see that it's not something that you need to put, you don't need to overanalyze it too much. Coming on your lunch hour, you can do it very quickly and touch up and head back to work. So very, very easy. But yeah, generally I don't wear makeup, so I just scheduled on a non-makeup day.
So next step is we kind of mark the areas. I'm gonna have you elevate like you're surprised.
Mm-hmm.
There is a little residual Botox.
Yeah, so I still have Botox in there. It's been just under 4 months. And for some people, it would already be broken down, correct?
Absolutely.
I feel I don't break down Botox super fast, but some people do. And would that be gauged more on just how expressive you are?
It's more, it's very personal how fast you metabolize it, but then people that are avid workout, exercise, you know, with weights, they metabolize it absolutely much more quickly.
Okay, which I do. So you would think I would metabolize.
You're lucky.
Yeah, then I am. And you know, it's really funny though. Back in the day when I used to lift weights, if I was doing a heavy weight, I would kind of squint like that, and I had to like train myself to not do that. So if you are somebody who does a lot of lifting, try to force yourself not to make that movement.
Yeah.
Think about it inside, but don't express it. Now, would you
we do our Botox per unit, not per area.
Okay.
So that is a little, there's two different types of doing it, per area and per unit. We do per unit.
So bear that in mind with the location that you live in. Obviously, if you live local to me, you would be coming out to REJUVE to be taken care of. But if you live in another state or something like that, you would want to check into your med spa or skin spa to see how they charge, if they do it by the unit or by the area.
So So prior to coming in for Botox or any injection, this includes fillers also, you want to avoid anything that would make you bleed. So alcohol, ibuprofen, any of your NSAID, pain relievers, aspirin. If you are someone that's on like medically prescribed Coumadin or something like that, you're going to expect more bruising. That's the biggest risk of taking a blood thinner before any sort of injection is bruising. You can do arnica before to help kind of minimize the bruising. During the procedure, it's a very tiny needle. There's not a lot of discomfort involved.
There is not.
Then after, the biggest risk I'd say is the bruising. Afterwards, the biggest risk is you don't really want to push or move or scratch your areas that are injected too hard, because that could actually move the Botox into places we don't want.
Oh wow, interesting. That's good to know.
Yeah, so especially getting like the glabella area there, the people that are throwing a tight baseball hat, I would advise not to do that, because then you can risk kind of moving it into areas that are undesired for Botox.
Yes. So if you are somebody that's going to work out within the next few weeks,
for 24 hours.
Avoid working out for 24 hours.
As well as anything like a massage or a chiropractor visit that would put your face in the donut pillow. Anything that would kind of,
very good to
avoid
know.
that for 24 hours.
Very good to know.
And then going home, like my third shifters that come in first thing in the morning and want to go to bed right after.
Okay.
Make your appointment for when you can sit upright for 4 to 6 hours.
There's the little teeny needle, and it's
and this is 40 units. This whole syringe is 40 units total.
So we have 40 units there. What is an average amount of units? Like what would be a good variation that you would say to do all the areas that I'm doing?
I like to do at least 12 in the forehead, just because it's a pattern.
Okay.
We start there with people that I don't know their muscles and how strong they are and how they react. So I start with 12 in the forehead. National average for the glabella area between the eyes is 20, but a lot of people that's not enough. And around the eyes, you can be anywhere from 6 units an eye, 10, 12, it just kind of depends on how strong your muscles are. So a full correction for eyes, forehead, and glabella is usually around 40, at least I would say, is a pretty good correction.
So she's saying about 40 units is a good correction to do the areas that we did today. Obviously that's going to vary, sway more or less, but that will kind of help you to get an idea of what you need to plan for in your Botox budget, like the one I have.
Botox budget.
So Landra, who would you say would not be a good candidate to get Botox done, or like at a certain time of their life they might not be a good candidate?
I would say anyone, obviously if you've had an allergic reaction before. Other than that, I would say anybody who's thinking about having a baby, if you're starting to think about family planning, I would say don't do it. And it's not that it's necessarily proven to have adverse effects, it's just there's no studies done on it, so we can't prove that it's safe.
What about postpartum? How long would you say?
If you're nursing, don't do it.
Okay.
Yeah. Other than that, when you're healed up and bottle feeding, go for it.
So before we finish up, thank you, Lander, by the way, for doing such a great job. But before we finish up, I do have a couple final questions that I want to ask. What if somebody, let's say, didn't really have enough allocated to work with a good budget to do Botox, and they wanted to come in and get it done, but they weren't going to quite go with maybe as much as they wanted? I don't know if that would be called underdosing or what that would be. What would you have to say about that?
So if they want all the areas treated and their budget kind of prevents that, I would say pick the areas that really bother you and give that a good full dose of what you need. By underdosing and spreading it really thin, trying to spread too much too far, it's not going to last as long and you're not going to be happy with the results. Generally, some people have muscles that can respond to very low amounts, but it's not typical.
So what you're saying is if you couldn't afford to do all of it, and let's say
your crow's really bothered you.
Your crow's really bother you, maybe put your dollar towards just doing that area, and you can always, doing a full correction later on, save up your money for it. Another thing that I feel, and I just want to get your opinion on this, I feel like even young women, men, whatever, can benefit from getting Botox done because if it can prevent you from making that movement, so it can prevent lines coming from later on. Do you agree with that?
Absolutely. We call it preventative maintenance, yeah.
Okay.
So even if you're very young and you move your face a lot and you notice that those lines are starting to stay there, I would recommend starting it. I mean, if it's feasible for you, you don't want those lines to get so etched in that you have to then go to a filler or, start.
Right.
You want to prevent those from getting in so deep.
Yes, I definitely agree. Well, awesome. I am so glad that you guys could join us for this procedure. All right, I hope you enjoyed the Botox tutorial and you learned a lot of details that have to do with having Botox performed. If you have any questions, comments, suggestions, please leave them in the comments section below, and I will see you in the next video. Take care.